the comment section of my videos, there's been much consternation and indignation regarding my choice of blowers for my Blacksmith forge. Yes, Mrs. Wranglerstar's hair blower. I know, but it was all that I had at the time, and my upgrade didn't bring much reprieve using a shop vac. But I'm very happy to say that 2 of my subscribers has stepped up to remedy this situation. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. The first box to arrive from my friend Cameron McPeak in Canada was this. I call it the Tornado Maker.
This is one serious blower.
This blower is one serious piece of hardware. The Super Blower Forge, Burlington, Wisconsin. Never seen anything like it. Moves a tremendous amount of air. Look at the motor. Ball door, of course, the best in the business. I wasn't, Cameron told me he was going to send an electric blower. I wasn't anticipating something of this scope. This is a really powerful blower. And I have some ideas what to do with it. That's going to be in future videos, but I want to share with you right now the second blower that arrived. The second box that arrived contained this. The Buffalo Forge Company Buffalo Hand Crank Blower. From my friend Michael from Stonehenge Metalworks. Michael is a blacksmith and does a lot of tool restoration. And I'll put a link to his page. He's got a Facebook page he started up for anyone that would be interested to have him restore tools. He wrote me and said that this had been given to him by an older gentleman friend of his, and he wanted to pass it on to me. I haven't dug into it yet. I've been saving it. I've been really looking forward to this video series. We're going to restore this. We're going to take it all apart and rebuild it. It's seized up. It's going to need a new handle, but it looks to be all complete. It's in good shape. And this here is a little bit more appropriate size-wise to my small brake drum forge. You can see in here, Buffalo Forge Company. There's the impeller and the gear case in here. We're going to use electrolysis to remove this rust because this is very old and very delicate. A lot of the things in here, we don't want to get in there and mess these fins up. Well, it's not froze up. It's free, but it just won't crank. It's just dirty. It just needs some TLC. We'll make a new wooden handle out of it on our lathe and install this and see if we can't bring this thing back to life. So let's get started. This is going to be great. I've never even been inside of one of these before. I'll bet we've got no metric nonsense here. We got proper nuts and bolts right there. It's a 1/4 inch. So the first thing we'll do is we'll take off the handle. That's a little retainer bolt there. You know, actually it's in really good condition. I've got some Mr. Twister here. A little penetrating oil. So I'm unable to get that handle off with a gentle persuasion, so we're going to have to get medieval on it here. So I've got my snap-on puller set. A set of pullers, it's kind of maybe a more advanced set of tools than most people would need, but I consider it to be essential, especially a nice set like this that has a variety of different arms and such. So what we'll do is put all this together. What I'm putting on now is a little crossbar. It's what keeps these tongs from spreading out. They have a tendency to want to spread when you put a load on it. So we can tighten those down. And we're not going to get real crazy with it here. We'll just gently see if we can't persuade that and pull that off. It's a lot better than pounding on it with a hammer. So now we've got our long socket on there. We should take us clean off the edge. Oh. There we have it. just rusted on there. Alright, so with the handle off, we can remove this cover and get our first look at the gears. See what's going on in there. Interesting. So there we've got our, everything looks good. It's not rusty in there. We can see here that still plenty of grease on the gears there, that it's just dirty. It just needs cleaned up. Needs a little bit of love. De-rusted. Alright, let's break this down to its individual components here. Very interesting. So when I'm taking it off, I lost one of the fiber washers. Right there, you can see the little fiber wear or thrust washer. This one here is intact. We'll replace these. Get that off without breaking it. The thickness will be important. We'll need to match that up. We can use either this is kind of a fiber paper material, but we could also use something that's plastic or nylon. So we'll set those aside. In regards to our gears here, they should just come off. There you can see it, that gear reduction there. There's nothing wrong with this blower at all. It's just grimy. So these should come out together. These are the bearings. You can see in there. Oh, there's a keeper on there. Right there. There's a little keeper on there. Let's pull that off. Yeah, we just got a little spring steel keeper. I use these little snap-on, these little picks. These are handiest little things for little fiddly work like this. You can get underneath of them. Make sure we cover that with our hand. We don't want that to fly away and be looking for it for an hour. I've dropped things on my wood floor shop that I really needed, that I had to use Jackson metal detector to find. Yeah, okay, so we got it there. You can see we're up out of the groove. That's just kept in a little groove right there. It keeps that shaft from backing out. Still got a lot of spring left in it. We can definitely reuse that. Okay, now our shaft should come out. There we go. There's gear number one. It's really gummy. I can just feel it's really sticky. These gears are so sharp. I had to put my gloves on. I still having trouble getting that out of there, so I'll put a little penetrating oil on there. Mr. Twister. Oh, that did it. So we can keep working that oil back in there, and gears are sharp. There we go. The bore looks good. It's in really good shape. Brass bushings. See right there, a brass. So Right there, those are brass inserts. Quality right there. So the reason why they would do that, because you can see here that you've got a hard steel shaft that's spinning round and round, right? It's going round and round. Something's going to wear. And so back when they used to make things to last and things that could be repaired, they would use a softer material for the bearing. Brass is softer than the steel. And that way, when this gets really sloppy and gets worn out, which this isn't bad at all, it's definitely within tolerance, that you could simply go to the manufacturer and pound these out, put a new one in, and be back in business. Have a tool that would last for generations instead of designed to fail. So we don't have to take that apart any more than that. That's done. All right, so let's get the impeller out. And I wouldn't recommend you go out and buy snap-on tools if you're not working with them all the time. But in the situation where you got something that's just about at its maximum, where it's difficult to get to, or it's about ready to strip off, it's the difference between being able to get the job done and not. The little attention to detail and the high quality and the design of them are superior to many out there. They are terribly expensive. It's coming loose now. Just about got it. So let's take a look at the impeller here. Oh, very dainty, isn't it? Very sticky in there. That should turn a lot freer. I fear this is not going to come off very easy. We've got a gear on the back that's probably pressed on. Well, let's try it. I'm not gonna pry on this very hard. This is just thin metal. So we can remove this keeper. So on reflecting on this, so here's the situation. So this fan here, or impeller, is pressed onto this shaft. You can see it's moving back and forth here. And then we've got a gear on the other side, which is really mated onto the shaft. When it was assembled, this would have been pressed on to the shaft. So it was really stiff when I first took it off, and I just sprayed a little bit of penetrating oil in there, and you can see now that it's free. If I attempt to take this thing off with a puller, it'll be destroyed. I have no doubt. I mean, you can't even see the seam in there. It's just so corroded. It would be nice to be able to take that off and to get in there and to polish that race a little bit. It's reasonably tight, but it'll work like this. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get the electrolysis tank set up, and we'll just put this whole assembly in there just like this. And then we will see, perhaps we can take it off and then inspect it and clean it. If not, we'll just clean it in place and reassemble it. But it doesn't make sense to run the risk of destroying it when it works perfectly fine. Here we go, the start of another multi-part series. I think this is going to be fun. I've really been looking forward to doing this series and getting into the blower and restoring it back to its original condition and getting it installed. It's going to be so much nicer to use than the Mrs. Wranglerstar's hair blower. So, I've got a video for you on the left. The homemade, home-built chainsaw winch. Portable gas-powered chainsaw winch. You're not going to want to miss that. It's a nice two-part series. And on the right, for those of you who are finding my channel for maybe the first time, I've got a series of 15 videos, 15 episode series of building a proper carpenter's bench. A bench that's been in use for hundreds of years, and just using cheap material that you can get at a big box store, and only hand tools. So something that anybody could build with just a little bit of time and practice. So that's it. Thanks for watching. If you wouldn't mind clicking the thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on the next video.